So if you're like me, you want to hoard all the cool stuff in the pre-patch so you can brag to noobs about how old school you are and stuff. If that's the case, then this guide will be for you, or if you are a completionist. I won't be showing any spoilers to the plot in this video, so you may watch away even if you've not done any of the content and don't want to get spoiled. Anyway, I'll do this in the easiest order possible, or the order that makes the most logical sense, so let's begin. So for starters, when you log in to a character that is a level 98 or above, you may begin the Broken Shore questline. Now as you start the quest, make sure you do not begin the Broken Shore scenario. Before you do that, there are some secret vendors nearby. If you are Horde, search for a NPC named Forum, the Post Maker, by the Drenosh R blockade. When you find the NPC, it will sell you the following novelty items: Angry Post, Happy Post, and Thoughtful Post for 10G each. Each one is usable and stocks up to 20, so make the most of it. After you visit that secret vendor, there is a much better one named Ravika at the Blade Fury's dock that sells the following cosmetic items: Griftaz Authentic Troll Shoes, Whole Body Shrinka, Senjin's Spirit Drum, and Zantish's Flute, most of which are really cool toys. Once you've gotten all that, you may begin the scenario. Also, demon hunters are unable to participate in this questline, therefore they are unable to see the secret vendors. So if you want this stuff, you're gonna have to go to a character of any other class above level 98. This applies to both factions. Now, sadly, the Alliance drew the short straw with the secret vendor. Like before, you may begin the quest chain up until the Broken Shore scenario. At the Stormwind Harbor near the docks, there is an NPC named Lenny Fingers McCoy. He is the only secret vendor for the Alliance, and he only sells junk for the most part, being Old Lucky Coin, Lucky Rat's Tooth, Lucky Charm, and Lucky Shirt, which is an appearance that cannot be transmogged. After you've gotten these useless items, you may proceed to the scenario where there is one more hidden item. The next part contains minor spoilers in terms of your environment, but nothing lore related, so if that does not faze you, then proceed. During the Broken Shore scenario, you can loot a charred locket from the ashes of a fallen crusader, which are located on an altar about the halfway mark of the scenario. Following your forward path, it is located near the very end of the invasion forces, to the left near a bunch of caged NPCs. You may only loot these ashes in stages 6, 7, and 8 of the scenario. Once you have gotten the ashes, you may complete the scenario and the rest of the questline. After you have done that, you can head over to the East Vale logging camp and head to the only 2-story building in the camp. There, on the ground floor, you can find a female NPC named Alina Hearthsong. You can then inform her of her deceased husband and hand over the locket to her. Once you have done that, you need to leave the East Vale logging camp, far away enough for her to despawn, so about past the river towards Goldshire. Once you have done that, you can return to the building. If done correctly, she should no longer be on the ground floor. You can then proceed to the second floor to her bedroom to find her corpse on the bed, most likely suicide. So after helping out in the assisted suicide, you can steal her hat from the footlocker in the front of the bedroom. The hat you steal, being Alina's bonnet, is transmoggable, but it is just a white hood and not overly hard to find in-game. At least this one has a crippling, brief, and sad story behind it. Once you get over your depression from what you've done, it is time to kill some demons and get on with the invasions. There are 6 zones that can be invaded: Ashara, Dunmoreau, Hillsbrad Foothills, Northern Barrens, Tanaris, and Westfall. By completing one invasion in any zone, you will get the achievement Stand Against the Legion. If you attend all 6 zones while being invaded, then you will get the other achievement Defender of Azeroth Legion Invasions. These achievements are feats of strength achievements and offer no achievement points whatsoever, so they're purely for bragging rights. The main reason for people to do the invasion event is the achievements, of course, and gaining nether shards to spend on pre-patched limited edition gear, toys, upgrades, and cosmetics. In this guide, I'll be going through how to get the most shards out of each invasion, and to get as much of the pre-patched stuff as possible. Each invasion is divided into 4 stages. In the first stage, the main town of the zone is being invaded by demons. You get no shards during this stage, so getting it over and done with is best. In the second stage, the main town is attacked by 2 or 3 demon lieutenants. Each lieutenant will reward you shards when you kill them. For this reason, try to attack all of them before they die, so you can get the most out of it. Once they are killed, the demon commander will show up. Killing him or her will grant you an uncommon Legion chest, which drops shards and has a chance at gear that your character can use / transmog. At this point, stage 3 is activated. This is the stage where you can earn the most shards. Demons will attack the whole zone now. There are 3 main targets for you: small structures, large structures, and bosses. I highly recommend avoiding structures altogether since they only sometimes give you shards. It could be a bug, but I find it takes too long for a small reward. To earn the most shards, target the bosses. Each boss you kill can reward between 5 to 16 shards, more than I've ever gotten from a structure, which takes longer to destroy. If you do well, you can down roughly 6 bosses, earning you a lot of shards. If you do choose to attack structures for whatever reason, the smaller structures can be destroyed if you kill the 2 to 4 crystals near the middle of it. For larger structures, you'll have to destroy the 2 crystals behind the building. Once that is done, the front door of the structure will open and you can kill the mini-boss to destroy the structure. Even if you do nothing, by being in the area for the transition from stage 3 to 4 will reward you with shards, about 1 boss kill. For stage 4, a boss will spawn in the main town. This boss will be quite difficult and has boss mechanics like normal raids. If you are far away from the town, do not worry too much when stage 4 is activated. Everyone gets a buff that increases your movement speed by 100% in case you're stuck in combat or can't fly back. This boss will take a while to kill. Each boss is different and has different mechanics. If you don't learn them, you'll probably die and might miss out on loot. Once the boss is dead, you will get a rare Legion chest, which will have some shards in it and gear. This is the most effective way of farming shards. A new demon invasion will begin in 2 zones every 3 hours, give or take. Also, some quick tips for the invasion. If the town is not friendly towards your faction, for example, you are an alliance at the crossroads in the Barrens, during the event, the NPCs will be friendly towards you. However, when you are in Alliance or Horde-owned zones while in a PvP server, then the enemy can attack you before you can attack them, and then they become flagged for PvP. Most players will focus on the task at hand. However, there are a few special snowflakes out there that just want to see the world burn. And I think that number will rise once people get everything from the vendor and now they just want to attend to kill the opposite faction. So do this event as soon as you can before everyone just ends up killing each other. Next part of the demon invasion is the Doomsayers that hang out in Stormwind and Orgrimmar. In order to get the Feat of Strength achievement It All Makes Sense Now, you need to approach a Doomsayer and collect all 12 pamphlets from them. When you do take a pamphlet from one, you cannot get another one for about 15 minutes. However, people have found a way around this. Find a Doomsayer that is closest to your graveyard. Take a pamphlet, take off all of your armor to prevent durability damage, fly up really high, dismount, and kill yourself. Either res at your corpse, but keep in mind that the timer will eventually get longer, up to about 2 minutes, or res at the spirit healer. The reason for this is because when you die, it resets the timer on the pamphlets, so when you kill yourself, you can go up and pick up another pamphlet immediately. Another quick way to do this is have a buddy res you every time you kill yourself in front of the Doomsayer. Even better is if you have a priest in a raid trying to get this achievement, since priests can mass res. This can take a while since the pamphlet you get is randomized, and at some point the one you need has a 1 in 12 chance of actually getting it, so prepare to die a lot for this one. However, there is one more thing you can do with the Doomsayers. Turns out one of them is a quote-unquote rare boss named Dread Infiltrator. There are only a few ways of finding the one that is the boss. Demon Hunters can use the move Spectral Sight. Anyone that can equip Cursed Vision of Sagaris. Hunters can use Track Demons, and for everyone else you must use an Elixir of Detect Demon. In general, the idea is to set up a raid. The more people you have, the better. Everyone needs to have one of the above methods of finding the Infiltrator. Once you have your raid and everyone is ready, you then get people posted at every single Doomsayer in the capital, and wait for one of them to turn into an Infiltrator. The respawn rate is unsure at the moment. Sometimes it's 10 minutes, other times it's 2 hours. It's a real luck of the draw thing. I also recommend a raid, since he is a bit of a difficult boss to solo. If all the stars align and you find and kill the Infiltrator, then there is a chance he will drop a Pocket Fell Spreader for you, which is a limited time toy. This toy can be sold on the auction house, so it can be worth farming if you are willing. Apart from that, while you're in Stormwind or Orgrimmar, you can get Dark Whispers and secretly work for the Legion until you turn into a Dreadlord and own everyone, until they gang up on you and own you. That feature is purely for shits and giggles and offers no achievements. Apart from that, there are some pre-patch quests you can do which explain the story up to Legion. They involve Dalaran, Ulduar, and Karazhan. They are not in the game yet, and they are expected to be implemented 1 week before the launch of Legion, but I could be wrong, so keep an eye out on that one. Anyway guys, that's about all for the pre-patch. Like if this helped you, leave a comment if I have forgotten anything, and anything that I also may have missed out on, and subscribe if you like the sound of my voice. Have a good one.
You